Before I unleash on this, let me say to Cowboy Nation, I have your back for the next 2.5 hours on this show. I am so proud of our football team who played such a great game from 21-3 down yesterday.
Oh, my goodness.
I was so impressed with yesterday and the future. Thank you, Dallas Cowboys, for a great year, and this was such a great, fun team to watch. Thank you. Now I'm on to the next point.
Are the Cowboys 3-year-olds just learning to tie their shoe that you're patting them on the back?
They lost one game by 1 point, one by 3, and then yesterday by 3.
Lost.
Whew. Here we go.
Lost.
So now, all the way home yesterday, I thought my Cowboys were going to win this game because if Dak Prescott had gotten the ball back, he would have made one more play than Aaron Rodgers made yesterday. To the bitter end, despite all the terrible calls that my team suffered through, despite all the bad breaks my team got, I still thought Dak would make the last play of the game, which leads to those late 2 field goals. First, the 56-yarder. These are the 2 most bizarre back-to-back field goals, certainly late in the game, I have ever witnessed. The first one, if you know golf, he actually fades it. It's almost a slice, okay?
Mason like Crosby. A wiffle ball, like you throw a wiffle ball high and move.
And it's cutting, and it's cutting, and it's cutting, if we could see it. And I think it's going to cut to the right, and somehow it greases through just over the crossbar and just inside the right upright from 56 yards. God bless you, Mason Crosby. You did it. And you saved Aaron Rodgers from himself at that point, but I'll get that in a second. Now, the game-winning field goal, obviously the first one got negated by a timeout by Jason Garrett, and he hit that one really well. But the second one, he does the opposite of the one that was going to count. He snap hooks it. And you know and I know, just from golf, that if you hook a ball and it starts to hook, it won't just suddenly go straight unless there's a crosswind. I think they were inside Jerry World, unless there was a collective breath of all the Packer fans, and there were way too many Packer fans in that building yesterday. Maybe they all blew it back in. I don't know. But Jerry Jones told the New York Times last week that he made a deal with the man upstairs for his 3rd Super Bowl, the one that Barry Switzer won. And he said to the man upstairs, according to Jerry, if you'll give me this one, I'll never ask for another one again. And he says, I've been trying to unmake that deal for years, for 20 years. Maybe it was the hand of God that actually pulled the field goal, the last one, the game winner, back inside the left upright. So he goes slice and he goes hook, and somehow both of them stay in and go through, and I'm on my floor looking up at the ceiling saying, why me, God? Thank you very much for that.
Why?
Yeah. Why? How did those 2 go through? So now let's go back through. How did it get to 21-3 down to Aaron Rodgers, which is the absolute worst thing that my Cowboys could do? Am I right?
Yeah.
The one thing you don't want to do is play from behind against Aaron Rodgers. They haven't played from behind all year except for the game at San Francisco against Blaine Gabbert. But again, Aaron Rodgers isn't exactly Blaine Gabbert. So what happens in that first series? It's 3rd and 5, incomplete, and Aaron Rodgers, the greatest trickster in the NFL history, he tricks him with another quick snap, 12 men on the field. Way to go. If you can't beat him, trick him. Aaron, I'm impressed.
Why are you trying to run guys on the field? What are you trying to substitute for?
They shouldn't have. But again, it's just so beneath a great quarterback to have to trick another
Brady
defense.
does it all the time.
Oh, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do it at all. So then let's go to the key moment. This is the turning point in the whole football game for me. Aaron Rodgers goes and scores, so it's 7-3. And here comes Dak. Boom, 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 down the field. He hits Terrence Williams 22 yards down to the Green Bay 15-yard line. What? There's a flag on the field. It's way over on the other side. What is this about? Wait a second. They call Bryce Butler for illegal participation in the huddle?
Yeah.
I've never seen this. He didn't go in the huddle. Wait, he didn't go in the huddle. He didn't participate. He didn't duck in and hear a play called and then leave. I get it that should be against the rules. He just ran on by mistake. He looks backward. Is he in the huddle?
Yes.
He's not even in the huddle.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not in the game.
Yes.
I'm out. I'm out of the game.
Oh.
Wait a second. Oh, that's a 15-yard penalty. That's absurd. That's robbery. And it's the same referee that I saw back patting Aaron Rodgers, slapping him on the back earlier in the game, yucking it up with him. It's an Aaron Rodgers special. You're going to let them off the hook. You're going to take away the 22-yarder and go 15 yards the other way, and they have to punt. Turning point in the game.
Skip.
It's going to be 10-7 Dallas. They're going to stay on serve. Oh,
how do you get to a turning point 9 minutes into a ball
Because
game.
you
There's
can't
51
play behind Aaron Rodgers. You have to keep the heat on him. He's like LeBron. Don't let him front run. Make him sweat. Make him start to see
Well, then
ghosts.
why can't the Cowboys be like Michael Jordan and come from behind?
Well, they did. I think they tied it at 28-all and at 31-all, which is completely against the odds.
Who's going to the Georgia Dome next week?
Wait a second. I'm just getting rolling here. So then that of course, goes to 14-3 Green Bay, and all of a sudden, that's looking like trouble. So then, once again, Green Bay gets the ball back, and here they come again, 3rd and 6 at the Green Bay 36. And to your point and your penalty that you noted earlier, Mo Claiborne gets on 3rd and 6, incomplete. We're going to get the ball, and there's some silly little push, hands to the face. It's hands to the what?
Yes.
He pushed him in the neck.
Okay, you can't do that.
You can't. Come on. It's the most ticky-tack, low-rent penalty that you could call, and it lets Aaron Rodgers off the hook again. He's going to have to punt. And what happens? Boom, boom, boom. He goes in.
What about your defense?
21. I'm getting to my defense, and thank you very much for bringing that up. Because at 21-3 down, you can look at my Twitter timeline. I didn't sweat. I didn't say, oh, we're in trouble. This game's over. You know why? Because I believe in Dak Prescott. I believe in the Cowboy defense. And all of a sudden, at 21-3 down to Aaron bleeping Rodgers, they snapped out of it. And Dak got hot. And Dez got hot. And Zeke got hot. And the defense got hot because for the next 2.5 quarters against historically great Aaron Rodgers, transcendental or transcendent, whatever you want to call him, special Aaron Rodgers, he got controlled and contained for the next 2.5 quarters because all he did was score 7 points. That's from mid-second quarter on, all the way to the end. And he got 2 Dallas to Houston bizarre field goals at the very end, and that saved his bacon. But I got to tell you, the defense started to attack. They started to send blitzers. It's Heath off the edge. It's Scandrick off the edge. It's Sean Lee up the middle. And they started to make Aaron Rodgers sweat. And what happened? They get back in the game, and they roll down at the end of the half, and they got it in the red zone. And what happens? More robbery. Jason Witten on 2nd and goal and 3rd and goal gets held by defensive backs. And the second one was really egregious. He gets tackled by one of those defensive backs. That's just a tackle and a turn. You can't do that. That's interference. It should be 1st and goal at the 1. And guess what? It took 4 points off the board, and you don't think those are going to be crucial in the second half of a tie game and a tie game that was won by a last-second field goal? And they took them away. So instead of 21-17, it's 21-13. But amazingly, the defense hangs in and hangs on. And what happened to Aaron Rodgers? What happened to the great Aaron Rodgers? Late in the 3rd quarter, he threw an interception. He just flings it up, I know not where, and Jeff Heath came down with it. And I'm saying, well, he's starting to unravel a little bit. He's starting to feel it. And then what happened just inside the 2-minute warning? Aaron Rodgers again got taken off the hook. Remember, he throws a second interception. Same song, next verse.
Did Ty Montgomery get turned around?
He got fouled by the kid Anthony Brown. Yeah. And guess what? It had nothing to do with causing the interception. The interception is the Cowboys are screaming on the sideline. It's an uncatchable ball. He threw it 15 yards over Ty Montgomery's head, and Jeff Heath intercepts it. So once again, how lucky was Aaron Rodgers to be taken off the hook? At that point, if you give Dak Prescott the ball with 1:50 to go on his 15-yard line, and it's a tie game, I say, God bless you, because he's coming the other way, and I think I'm going to win that game. But instead, it gets erased, and it was a penalty. He just reached out and grabbed Ty Montgomery. It's another kid. I got 3 rookies starting, and the 3rd rookie made a rookie mistake. And the point is, how lucky was Aaron Rodgers? That didn't cause the interception. It just negated the interception. Or all of a sudden, the guy everybody's calling now the GOAT, as in greatest of all time, would have been the GOAT of the game with 2 interceptions.
Skip. In the rule book, as far as penalties are called, they don't throw penalties on whether or not the guy could have caught the football or it was an interception. That's not how they call penalties. Did he interfere with Ty Montgomery?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
But let me ask you a question.
Did it cause the interception? Yes or no?
Yes.
No, it did not. There's no way Ty Montgomery's even in the area code of that ball.
How do you know that if he doesn't spin him around?
Because I saw it. The ball's 20 yards over his head,
it
and Heath goes down and catches it at the 15.
He spins him around. Look where look where Ty Montgomery is, and the guy spinning him around. Look at this.
There's no way.
Skip. But anyway,
there's no way
let
he's
me ask
going
you
to
a
get
question.
to the football. There's no way he's going to get to the football.
Did you see Devontae Adams jersey hanging off his shoulder pads? I guess he got dressed.
Call. He got one bad call. I'll give you that one. That was the only one I saw in Green Bay's favor the whole day. And I just gave you 5 against me, including Bryce Butler.
First of all, the reason why they institute the substitution penalties is because guys were getting tricky. They were running players in with no intent of having them be in the play. And so defenses, they're looking at formations. They're looking at people coming on the field so they can run their defense accordingly. Dallas was trying to get slick. And so the NFL instituted a policy. If a guy comes into a huddle, he needs to participate in at least one play. With that being...
He didn't go into the huddle. You could just see him turn around. Look, Bryce Butler can be a nightmare. He drops balls. He dropped a touchdown pass. He dropped a ball right after that play in which he was called for the illegal participation. He makes boneheaded mistakes, and he was in the game when he wasn't supposed to be, and the sideline is saying, get out of the game. So he's not trying to trick anybody. He doesn't even get to the huddle. He turns around and looks at the sideline and says, oh, okay, I'll run out. You can't flag that.
Skip.
That's just a mistake.
In pro sports, it's about results. It's not about, you don't get to say, I'm the most beautiful girl in the beauty pageant if you don't win. The girl that won is the most beautiful girl. You don't get to sit up here and bloviate and pound your chest about my guy Dak Prescott and my rookies.
I'm bloviating. I'm pounding.
I'm proud. I'm so proud.
Dak Prescott outplayed Aaron Rodgers all the way down to the last play. Yes.
When I ask you this on the we came in after Thanksgiving, so that Monday, when Kirk Cousins threw for 449 yards, I said he outplayed Dak Prescott. You said no way because Dak Prescott got the ball in the end zone in the red zone.
He did.
But now you sit up here 3 weeks late, a month later, and you're going to talk about Dak Prescott in a loss outplayed Aaron Rodgers.
Because Jason Witten got fouled. It's an obvious pass.
So what about Devontae Adams? Did he get fouled?
Okay, that's fine. I'll give you that one.
Okay.
And your point is?
So we even.
You're even. I just gave you 5 calls. Start with Bryce Butler.
Stop making excuses. You have
Mine cost a touchdown. Did Devontae's cost a touchdown?
Hold up.
Heck no.
Oh, I thought we were going to see a lot of this.
No.
I thought we were going to see a lot of this.
Well, again, you made the point. If you take them out of what they do, if you take them off serve and they get behind 21-3, although I must admit there were times later in the game I wanted to see a little more of this, but they kept the game. But I can't argue with it. It got to 28-all and 31-all, so I cannot argue with strategy when they come back against the great Aaron Rodgers and tied him at 28. Are you kidding me?
And got sent home.
Shannon Sharp. That game should have been 40-14. Yes, it should have.
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the way you measure sports, pro sports, is about advancing. Whether you win 45-14 or you win 34-31. I did predict the score would be 34-30. That was my prediction. I said the Green Bay Packers would score 34 points.
Did you predict 21-3? I don't remember. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you predicted.
I predicted a win.